Sometimes the most revealing clues in an investigation aren't found in some dusty document or a complex database. Sometimes they're hidden in the tone, the pauses, the sudden shifts in a single really tense phone call. Today, we're going to break down one of those calls, a conversation right at the heart of a financial scam, where every single word is a potential clue.
So let's kick things off with the investigator's own private notes. This is his gut feeling before the call even really gets going. We're not starting from a neutral place here. We're walking into this conversation already looking for deception. He already feels like something is off, that the people on the other end of the line are, well, putting on an act.
And that right there, that's the big question we're going to be wrestling with through this whole thing. Are we listening to genuine victims who got caught in a terrible scam, or are they accomplices, knowingly playing a part? From this point on, every word, every hesitation is evidence.
Okay, so let's set the scene. We have an investigator, we're going to call him Abdul, and he's making a call to a woman named Nalia. Now, her name has popped up in a pretty big fraud case, one tied to a known scammer named Ghazala. And Abdul's job is to figure out exactly how Nalia fits into this whole puzzle.
When Nalia picks up, her first move is purely defensive. She doesn't give anything away. Instead, she wants to know exactly who she's talking to. And look, that's a totally reasonable reaction to a surprise call from an investigator, but it also sets a tone, right? She's controlling the flow of information from the get-go.
So once Abdul proves who he is, Nalia starts to open up. She begins to tell her story. And honestly, on the surface, it sounds completely plausible. It's a clear narrative about two people who were just taken for a ride.
So Nalia lays out this story, and you gotta admit, it's clean. It has a neat beginning, a middle, and an end. A friend gives a tip, her husband invests, there's a small issue with his bank account, so they use hers, and now they're the ones chasing the scammer to get their money back. It all fits together, almost a little too perfectly. Listen to the way she phrases this. She's painting a picture of them as the proactive victims, the ones who are actually fighting back. It's not just a story about losing money, it's about their righteous pursuit of justice. And like I said, on its face, it sounds compelling. It sounds airtight. But then, everything changes. Nalia's husband gets on the phone, and in an instant, the entire feel of the conversation just flips on its head. That calm, cooperative vibe, gone, replaced by this thick, aggressive tension. And the contrast between them is just jarring. Where Nalia was calm and cooperative, her husband is aggressive and confrontational. He's not trying to explain things, he's trying to challenge the investigator. It's a complete 180 in their strategy. And you have to wonder, why?
Okay, so let's rewind for a second and think about the money. The core of their story is that they lost over £3,000. Now, for most of us, that's a lot of money. It's not something you just brush off. It's the whole reason they're supposed to be victims.
But then the husband drops this line. Bro, it's only a few thousand. Wait, what? In one casual, dismissive sentence, he basically shatters the foundation of their victim's story. That is not how you talk about losing that much money. It completely undermines the whole desperate tale Nalia just told. As the investigator tries to warn him, hey man, your names are tied to the scam, this could look really bad for you, the husband just doubles down on the defiance. He fires back, I'm not scared, nothing. It's more than just being defensive. It's this weird projection of total fearlessness. Is he that confident, or is it all just bluster? So the call is already tense. It's this weird back and forth, but the investigator, he's got an ace up his sleeve. He's about to introduce a new piece of the puzzle that's going to change the entire context of this call and make everything they've said so far look, well, a lot more suspicious. And the investigator doesn't come in guns blazing. Nope. He just pivots and asks a really simple, almost off-the-cuff question. He asks the husband, is Nalia a solicitor?
And the husband confirms it. Yeah, she's a solicitor. A simple two-word answer that, in the context of this whole thing, is an absolute bombshell. It changes everything.
And that's when Abdel delivers the knockout punch. He reveals that the main scammer, Ghazala, told them she used Nalia's own solicitor company to process payments for the scam. Whoa. All of a sudden, Nalia's not just some random person whose bank account was used by chance. Her profession, her business is now directly tied to the mechanics of this whole fraud.
And that is the moment the dam breaks. The husband's aggressive act immediately boils over into just raw anger, and the call completely spirals out of control. You can literally hear him getting angry, getting flustered. That whole tough guy persona just melts away. He's denying it all, but he's struggling to even get the words out. The investigator notes he seems flustered for no reason, but of course, now we know the reason. That accusation didn't just land, it hit a major nerve. And this is how the call ends, with this final, deeply strange statement. I don't want to help, but don't go to my family, okay? Please. I mean, what is that? Is it a threat? A warning to the investigator to back off? Or is it a desperate plea from a man who's in way over his head? And then the call just stops. There's no resolution, no neat little bow at the end. The investigator tries to calm things down, but the conversation is over, and all of the really important questions are just left hanging in the air. Which brings us right back to where we started. After hearing the carefully crafted story, the jarring contradictions, and that explosive ending, what do you think? Are we listening to a concerned husband trying to protect his family from being hassled, or a cornered accomplice whose carefully constructed lie just got blown to pieces? The call might be over, but that question is far from settled.